Successful good thing he's done so far. Then, then he's trying to get rid of the environmental regulations. They've been trying to get these regulations ever since uh, they realized people were dying because of these industrials, these industries, the pollution. And people are so stupid, especially the ones that live in a rural area. I don't know how often they come to the city, but you could tell the difference in the air from the country and the city. You instantly can tell the difference in the air. And now that he tried to get to the point where this is what he's going to do for this 4 years. Okay, it's like he's like a mad dog, a rabbit, like he's like uh foaming at the mouth, trying to infect everybody and everything because he's old. He know he's old. When he wakes up in the morning, look in that mirror, he see an old ass man. Okay, we don't see him in his real life, but when he wakes up, he see an old white googly goo man that is on his last road to nowhere, and he got all this money. Why do he need more money? Well, he's been that way all his life. And what makes me so mad is the people that know all his secrets that he's hiding from his supporters, and they ain't saying nothing. Why? Because of threats of death, money. Even some of them done even went to jail for him. Why? For one thing, you know what the problem is? America is messed up. The blood of our ancestors, the true Americans, is it's happening. And if we don't take heed to the warning, we all gonna go down with this shit, this Trump shit. So the best thing to do is get off that Trump train. I'm not on it, never have been. But we need to start putting liberty before anything. Because believe me, South America and North America is worse than breading. They are the interest. They are the black hole. They are the that's sucking everybody into their evilness. I see so many people, so many civilizations, societies trying to act like these people here in North and South America, and it don't look good. All you got to do is just look at the music videos and how they talk and dress. If I believe if America had been left alone for at least maybe another 500, 600 years, the world would be totally different. Because all Russia, Germany, all of them got their ideas from uh, America. The way they did black people, Africans, the way they did the Indians. They did it first. They genocide people first because of who they were. And then they want to holler and scream about what the the Germany did to the Jews and all this stuff. Y'all did it first. That's where they got it from. Even Hitler said, yeah, I'm just imitating what the Americans did. And the reason why it's going to go down is because we got to get those white people's knee off of our back before it's too late. And if we don't take the lead, because this is what I'm telling you, you see what happened after Obama left. Oh, hell done broke loose. These honkies, man, they done went cracker, redneck, all the way down to, honey, they've been trying to take us back to 1913 since Obama left. Oh, hell no. No, no, we got to put these niggers back in their place. Oh, hell fucking no. How in the world? Now, see, people were more, back then, there were more smarter people. There was more structured people. You know, I mean, for the last, it had been a long time since you only had a one tier president, so they was kind of used to it. But after that, they start um, in, the internet started blowing up. They was able to get back together. They was be able to commute over the web, and they had all this dark money, and they was able to come up with all kinds of divisive plans to put niggas back in their place. Yeah. So uh and it makes me so mad when I see us black people just acting like it ain't nothing. Like it ain't no big deal. Especially these rich niggas. They got billions. I seen a picture of four black people they call billionaires. They didn't put Oprah in there. I wonder why they didn't put Oprah in there. I thought she was a billionaire. But what are they doing? They is part of the problem. You look at what they do. Okay, one was Magic Johnson. I heard that he owns a prison. Rihanna, she sells makeup. Okay, and then you have Tyler Perry, who makes those old stupid ass black movies. And then there was another one. I don't know who he was. And then you have all these rich rappers. What is they doing? Ain't none of them have that money and able to come up with a leader for the young people. There's none. None. The young ones, they had Malcolm X, they had Martin Luther King Jr. They had, we had, it's gone. All these black people now want is money and fun. And the ability to continue to drink and get high and play their video games. Now we're raising kids that all they want to do is play video games. It just saddens me. It makes me so mad. I just want to just, drive off a cliff. Every time my grandson get in the car, not every time, but majority 99% of the time, first thing he want to do is get on his phone, start playing games, and looking at videos. I just can't. And the school he been in, he told me he have not took one spelling test all year in that school. I am so glad that I don't have any kids in school right now. It was already getting rough before my kids graduated. I used to be a volunteer. I used to volunteer all the time, but by the time they got, I don't know if it's because of the city we was in, but by the time he got in high school, they did not want parents volunteering because of some kind of privacy act. Because parents was able to, because what I used to do was I used to call parents and ask them why their kid not in school, and I used to talk to parents. I even went to a parent's house and talked to them because we was concerned that the child was wearing the same pants every day and all this stuff. And we bought the child some pants. We was, and I know some schools do that. Some schools have a room where kids can go in there and get stuff, food and clothes, which is good. And then I heard on the radio, I think in Ohio, that they trying to stop kids from being able to talk to um, certain people about their mental state. They can't go and ask for condoms and birth control without their parents' consent, which is the dumbest, stupidest thing in the world you could do. Because you concerned about your child not doing that. But what about somebody else's child that needs that? Not every child have a good relationship with their parents. What we need to do is bring back education. We need to, we need to get hard on the system that we have it now. And for one thing, we need to make sure that nobody like Donald Trump and We need to get rid of the Republicans, period. And I'm not saying the Democrats is that much better, but we need to come up with a whole nother plan on who qualifies to be in leadership roles over this country. And these leadership roles need to be compelled and comply to what the country looks like. Not all white people. You look at the Republican Party, mostly all white. Most and rednecks, and crackers, and white people should not be in any kind of leadership role because they all belong to hate groups. Same way with it shouldn't be no niggers or colored or blacks in leadership roles. Okay, because they're not going to be looking out. All these people are not going to be looking out for the American people. Because American people are comprised of a diverse group of people who love this country. And people that love this country are not going to be the problem. And most of these other groups of people are usually the problem. And the main thing we're going to have to do is put education first. So, because if we have more educated people, we wouldn't have to spend so much money and time and energy on infrastructure. Because people will be more educated, and more educated people take better care of stuff. And it wouldn't cost so much to get educated. And when people have a good education and good jobs and good homes, you won't have to have 20 prisons in one state. Because all those prisons are taking up land that could be used to build decent homes on. But see, all these redneck crackers and whiteheads and niggers and coloreds and blacks, they don't want that. They want chaos. Because chaos keeps them rich. Oh yeah. See, the blacks, they love to rap. They love that gangster rap and all that stuff because that makes them rich. They love those old stupid ass Tyler Perry movies that they always put women down. They get rich off of that. You know the kind of women that look at them kind of shows, like all the queens men and power and uh all the crazy stupid ass stuff that sell out 50 cent movies. Yeah, they love chaos because you know the people that watch those kind of movies, they have chaos in their life and in their mind. Now, because who wants to sit up and look at a bunch of niggas acting stupid when you see it every day in your neighborhood? So, um, the next president that we elect, he has or she's going to have to be putting education first. We're going to start educating people again. And we're going to have to put a cap on all this destructive behavior that is disrupting people's lives. It don't make no sense that people have to live in fear every day of their life or have to be born into an abusive home. Sad. Just like that 9-year-old that was abused for the 9 years that she was on this earth. We're not taking motherhood, fatherhood serious enough. You know what? If you want to indulge in that kind of stuff, you're going to have to do it on the black market because it's not going to be out like this no more. When was it okay for people to start being able to look up porn on on uh, on the internet and YouTube? What they have on YouTube? What they have in these movies? We are corrupting our kids. We're messing their minds up. Never would you hear about 12-year-olds and 10-year-olds killing people, but they are, including their parents. Because these kids, if you got internet, and a lot of these parents don't take the time to put on parental, and sometimes it don't even really help because they can get around it, or they could go look at it somewhere else on another TV. They give them these iPhones and all these smartphones, and they could get all this stuff on their phone. They got Facebook. They can connect with boys and girls through Facebook. And I'm looking at what's going on. I'm like, we are not evolving. You mean tell me we still acting like this? 2025, people still out here smoking crack and shooting up heroin, and now they taking fentanyl. They still smoking weed. And I know it's $1 billion business because one junkie accumulates $150,000 a year, spends at least 101 junkie. So how do you get rid of that? Get rid of the chaos. Only way you're gonna get rid of the chaos if you keep the rednecks, the crackers, and the white people, and the niggers, and the colors, and the blacks out of politics, out of leadership roles. Who's left? People that love America and their people and respect diversity. And it's a lot of them. It's plenty. Well, I got on here free of makeup, free of wigs I be wearing because this is how I really, really feel and this is how I really look. Because there's nothing wrong with you There's nothing wrong with how you look. I know people love to put on makeup. I love to put on makeup. I feel naked when I go out without my makeup. When you've been wearing something and you've been doing something for so long. And I look at people like over there in Africa and stuff. Their skin is much better. See, their skin is more pure than ours. We over here we mix with a little bit of everything, and their skin is much, not all, but their skin is just, all you got to do is start taking care of yourself. See, a lot of us, we grow up and we be in homes that we're not taught how to take care of our skin or take care of ourselves. So I am proposing that we take the leadership role in giving all parents the capabilities of raising good citizens, mature good citizens, and definitely keep these immature rednecks, crackers, white people, niggers, colored, and blacks out of leadership roles. Because we need leaders that are in the business of making leaders. All right, thank you for listening. And please subscribe, give me a thumb up. It don't really matter because I do this. This is all I can do right now. I love you all. Take care. I'm starting a new Facebook page called The Original. And I know it's going to be hard to find anyone that want to follow me or get involved because it's not the normal that most people have gotten used to. We have been brainwashed. We have been conditioned. We have been manipulated. And we have become assimilated. And it's caused us to be where we at now. And I do believe that we need to get back as a people, back to our original condition. And that is people of greatness. We come from greatness. And right now, you would not think that. You would not believe that, according to what's going on now. Because you have, on one side, you have people as people. You have good and bad in every group of people. People are people. But see, when the Africans, us black people, were in charge, were the leaders, were the pharaohs and the kings and queens, life was so better. Life was so much better. We had order. We had structure. We had civilization. We didn't need jails and courts and all that stuff. We didn't have all. We used nature and natural things to build with. Take the Indians for instance. They used everything off of that animal. And they didn't kill for sports. They used the animals to survive, not for sports. They didn't have a room full of horse heads and deer heads and fishes and all that stuff. They didn't have jails. They didn't have mental institutions because people took care of their loved ones. And it wasn't all that the crime going on because it wasn't greed. Greed did not uh, move people to do things. They didn't have gangs. You of course you're gonna have people uh, that do stuff wrong because it's human nature, but not on a scale where you had to go to court, you had to go sit in jail for weeks and months. They didn't have dungeons where they didn't have people getting their head cut off because they didn't agree with the pastor, the preacher, or the pope. Until black people get to and they didn't have a Bible telling them that you're going to have slaves, listen to your master. When are we going to get back to our greatness and stop being crabs in a barrel? Stop being the white people's niggas. Thank you for listening.
I'm going to tell you why that it is in the White House right now. Because that so-called campaign was all messed up. For one thing, she started right in the middle of the election season, right really at the end. And they concentrated too much on stuff that really didn't matter to people. And for one thing, when he started running, they should have dropped all that court procedure and all that stuff should have just dropped out, because evidently you can still be a felon and be the president. So that was just a waste of money, time, and energy. They should have spent that money on investigating Trump. They should have been investigating his school activity, his marriages. They should have been scandal after scandal after scandal. They should have never stopped. They should have kept bringing up that when he said about grabbing them by the you know what. They should have kept talking about how he loves the uneducated. That's why he was going to be trying to get rid of the Board of Education, because he loves stupid people. They should have been bringing about how much he's in the past. And they should have, I don't care how much it costs, they should have found out all his crimes, everything he's ever done wrong, because he's a criminal, and criminals don't stop committing crimes. That fraud and that sexual assault, that ain't nothing compared to what he did. They should have found out more about him in the Epstein files. It's crazy. They got all that money for Kamala Harris campaign. What did it do? Nothing. He should have never been elected president. Never. What is wrong with these people? Now, if I had a campaign, my campaign would be strictly on education. Education would be the number one thing. We are going to get these people in America smart again. Okay? It's a big question out here. How many people know that there are black billionaires in America? I know. I know. And countless millionaires, black millionaires. And we wonder, where they at? What is they doing? What politicians are they buying? Okay? Look, there is your billionaires. Rihanna. What she do? Who did she marry? And I don't know who that is sitting down, but you got Tyler Perry. How do you get a millionaire? And then you have the basketball.
Fine. I am serious. We have to save America. It's up to us because this world belongs to us. This is our home. And we need to start learning how to take care of our home. We have so much potential. And I'm going to tell you, tech is going too fast. They having all this stuff, and people are not evolving along with these smart devices. We got to get smart.